Energy prices going through the roof. I warned of that, but blame the Liberal government. Yet wind and solar power in the last year of the Morrison government grew by 21%. Electricity produced from black coal in the past 3 months to June was the lowest for that quarter on record. Get it? Renewables up, coal-fired power down. Don't renewables make cheaper power? Isn't coal-fired power expensive? But the energy market operator says the average wholesale price for electricity in the past 3 months was double the previous record. Funny that. I thought renewables made things cheaper. Interest rates will go up again tomorrow. Jim Chalmers says this will all be temporary. Now, it's no use blaming the previous government, Jim, Treasurer. Labor went all out. You went all out, fire and brimstone, to win your spot on the Treasury benches. Your first job is to maintain confidence in our future. Language like, we inherited $1 trillion of debt with nothing to show for it, or the worst set of budget books. But hang on. If the Morrison government had followed Labor's advice to extend and expand JobKeeper, or give $300 handouts costing $6 billion to get people jabbed, how much worse would it have been? We've got high inflation, interest rates going up again, the supermarket's very unfriendly for shopping mums and dads, vegetables up 16%, rents going through the roof, but not a word from anyone in government as to how these costs will be addressed. If Treasurer Chalmers wants to rely on Treasury to push out figures, then he's heading for a whole heap of trouble. You see, in the March budget, a few months ago, Treasury, for March, April, May, June, July, where we are, 5 months ago, Treasury forecast inflation at 4.25%, falling to 3% in June next year, falling to 2.5% in June 2024, miles off the mark. That's Treasury. What about those dopes at the Reserve Bank? They forecast inflation at 3.75% to June 30. 3.75. It'll go up again tomorrow, 6% now. Well, they say basically it'll fall. This is what the Reserve Bank said. It'd fall to 2.75% by June next year. Now, Jim Chalmers, you keep quoting Treasury. And if not Treasury, the Reserve Bank. None of this stuff can be believed. The only thing that can be believed is that the problems we face have been created by government and its instruments. Hopeless homework by the Reserve Bank and Treasury. Labor now wants over 80% of our power from renewables within 8 years, which would require $60 billion worth of new transmission infrastructure, which would send power bills beyond the roof. That's even if we could keep the lights on. You will pay. I've told you that for months and months. But the government came into government guaranteeing or promising reductions in your electricity bill by $275 a year. And the Greens want to stop all new coal and gas projects, jeopardising two of our 3 biggest exports with less money coming into the budget that is already under strain. But Labor needs Greens' support in the Senate. So there you are. Part of the last week. The President of the Senate doesn't want the Lord's Prayer, knock down statues of white pioneers, try to light up Melbourne's Shrine of Remembrance with rainbow colours, and a new Aboriginal-only advisory parliament. But in the real world, energy prices, supermarket prices and interest rates climbing, and all we get is blaming the previous government. From the point of view of the Australian battler on Struggle Street, it has been a bad week. Labor supporters everywhere moving in for the kill. But the thing that will be killed is what I've warned about over and over again, the economy. This government is already delivering national economic suicide notes. I'll look at that tomorrow in relation to energy.